Video, I'm going to be taking on the Reliable Partner, Part 14, Level 200 LUFENIA quest, as part of Keiss's Lost Chapter. And for this, I am bringing along a party of Cloud, Kurasame, and Keiss, with a Paladin Cecil friend and a Pandemonium summon. So I am not messing around here, I'm just going to be going straight into it, and I am going to be exploding them with the Fury of 1,000 Suns. I brought Jack along as a call effect for the additional bravery damage, and I've brought Kryl along in case we run out of Paladin Cecil turns. Then we can at the very least pop Kryl's LD and have 6 more turns of Enchant in Peril. I'm basically going to be using Cloud's LD to delay the enemies as much as I can at the start of the quest, and we're going to set up for some stupendous launches. Of course, Kurasame is just going to toss down his LD debuff and then get the hell out of dodge, and we're going to see just how high those numbers go. So I've already done like a trial run of this beforehand, and I managed to get up to like 2.9 million damage in Cloud's burst, which is the highest I've ever had it against 2 targets. It's actually stupendous, and even with the ridiculous bravery damage, not the damage reduction, but the brave gain reduction, we're still getting a hell of a lot of battery back after all of the launches. And I've discovered it's actually a debuff on the enemy, not a buff on the party. So as long as the enemy has that debuff, that brave leak debuff, then your whole party is just going to be getting pumped full of bravery after every launch. So let's jump into it and see how this goes. So I've seen some videos on the Japanese version of the game, and I think this one was billed as one of the easiest LUFENIAs. And I'm certainly not going to argue, because if you set up correctly, it can be over in like practically no time whatsoever. So I'm just going to use my LD at the start. I'm not going to use the Jack debuff until after we get up some of our enchant debuffs. So I could use Kryl's LD here, but I'm not going to do that yet. Instead, I'm just going to go straight in with an LD from Keiss, because we need to get the debuff up on the enemies. Like so, very good. And of course Kurasame will do what he does best and just click the LD button and then go away for the rest of the fight. That 30% damage really does help things along. So I mean, Cloud is here, and we've got a free skill, but clearly we still need to get these enemies out of the way. So I'm just going to burn it on a Crystal 65 and then do another Blade Beam just to create some turn spacing. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw on Kryl, but I'm going to use her skill 1. So this will give everyone the elemental weakness damage increase without actually doing anything else. So now I'm going to LD onto Cloud. I mean, I'm going to skill 2 onto Cloud, sorry, because we're going to do another LD. Kurasame is going to get the hell out. And the first thing he's going to do is get up his LD buff, because I actually think the LD buff is more important than the burst buff for Paladin Cecil. Okay, and now we are going to burst. In fact, does Paladin Cecil's LD effect enchant Holy for everyone? I don't think it does it? So actually, I'm gonna enchant Holy here, and then I'm gonna burst. Well, holy brave leak Batman. We certainly capped out on bravery there, about like 10 times over. Okay, so here I'm going to jack it up. Get those debuffs up on there. Very, very nice. And now we can jump into the Cloud Burst. So we have a free skill. I honestly might as well just Finishing Touch. And this is where it begins. So we all get back, let's see how much bravery, 26k bravery we get back, which is very nice. And the launch train begins. So the LUFENIA orbs on the enemies aren't actually really much to worry about. I've forgotten what they are, but I know they have to do with knockbacks. Let me double check what they are after we finish this launch. Yeah, count target knockback plus 10. Yeah, so basically with this party the orbs may as well not exist, for all intents and purposes. This is pretty much just a how high can the numbers go kind of team. 510. That's pretty spicy. And of course, oh yeah, the enemies bring up this green aura and you've got to launch them to get rid of it, which of course is not going to be a problem. I think it has a HP poison effect attached to it as well, but that's also part of the reason that Paladin Cecil can help. Because he can just kind of heal away some of the bullshit. And then we'll launch this one. And even when he goes away, we'll still have the overhealing. There we go, another 500k, just casually. And then let's trim down this enemy over here. You see how much damage we end up doing. Good grief, 777. Have you seen that? Absolute state of it. It's nonsense. 3.66 million burst damage. That is nonsense of the highest order. Oh my god. Let's get this bullshit off. Let's Paladin Force. It's looking like the enemies are going to get a turn here, but I can actually scam the enemies out of a turn by using Kryle's LD call effect. So let's watch this space. I can do an EX here. I can do this. And now I can hero support onto Cloud, who's then going to use his LD. And we just want to try and get a Pandemonium. There we go. Now we've got Pandemonium charged. No reason not to go straight into it. I might as well do this. You know what? I'm gonna critical crush here, and then I'm gonna skill 2 while we've got Paladin Cecil's burst going on. That was about those numbers, eh? Now let's use another LD. Absolute degenerate nonsense. Oh my. 139k damage during the launch. Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say that it's over. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, it's over. Even Kurasame can do cap damage now, although Cloud's Burst is about to wear off, but... Well, the Thunder Imperial appears to have gone away, which is unfortunate, but ultimately inconsequential. Well, it would appear that this game is pretty much over. There we go. Keiss LC in 15 turns. Absolute nonsense. Okay, so that's definitely impressed even me. I didn't expect the burst damage to go up to 3.66 million. That's ridiculous. Yeah. So that's gonna be Keiss's bloody LC LUFENIA. Yeah, I did on my trial run. I failed the HP requirement. Obviously, I used an Onion Knight Burst friend instead of Paladin Cecil, and Cecil definitely made things a lot easier. So yeah, that's the kind of degenerate shenanigans you can get up to with a launch team now at this stage during the game. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a place for Kryl in the lineup, in the main lineup, because I figured that Kurasame was going to be better with that 30% HP damage, and well, you saw what happened. So, I hope everyone enjoyed. I hope I'm not going to say I hope you found it useful, because to be honest, I think pretty much anyone should be able to clear this in their sleep if you pull for Keiss, or if you have Cloud. And just think, this is Cloud without his LD boards. Like, he's only going to get stronger when he gets those. That's another 20% HP damage. So on that note, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and until the next time, take care, and goodbye.